Everyone to the studio, please. Testing. Testing. Hello. Dr. Grind. Godfather. HR3. Come to the studio, please. It's time to go live.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
How y'all doing? Well, look, Ma, I'm on TV. This could get ugly quick. And good morning, golfing world. George Honeycutt, the Godfather. With me, as always, my two brothers from two different mothers, HR3 and Mr. Al Cloyd. I'm going to make you hurl before the day's over with. Hold on a minute. I haven't even talked about the rectal plug.
Oh, somebody's stuffing a duck.
What's wrong, Hugh?
You ready, D? I'm going to put George in his place.
Beast, you savage. Come on, bark like a dog for me.
You're such an ornery bastard. You know that?
I smell lemon poontang.
You gotta love it. I mean, you know, if y'all are not entertained out there,
You know, I've often thought of becoming a golf club.
You need to go see Al Cloyd.
I noticed your grips were worn, sir. I should have mentioned to you before. I could put some stickum on there for you. It's mine.
No, you want to know? Here you go.
No.
I'm going to give you the expertise.
Hey, I should have stayed home and played with myself.
No offense to him. This is something that needs to go on all year long.
It's a
That's
damn
right.
good thing your wife is one of the more beautiful women in the world.
I have no argument there. She is.
You outpunted your coverage.
What's your issue here?
Give me a set of those, a pair of those, and a box of those, and let me have some of those naked lady tees. Moving on.
I think this is a soap opera or something.
I'm not a professional.
Right.
I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night, but I'm not a
How
professional.
many breaths do you think you're going to need when you die?
One.
Quit wasting them.
Yeah.
Because you realize you are going
But I'm
round
trying
and
to
around.
provide good air.
Yeah, you're trying to provide good air, but you're
right.
answering your own question.
Damn it, I am. I know.
You're
Shit.
answering your own question.
Well, if you jump in and talk.
Well, I'm just letting you lay the groundwork because I'm
You done
telling
said
you.
the rest of the show was mine.
It
damn
was. But I mean, I don't want you to have a heart attack because I ain't giving you ugly ass mouth to mouth today.
Al will do it.
Cannonball coming.
Broadcasting from North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, this is TGD Today. And now please welcome Hero the Third,
HR3.
Al Cloyd,
Dr. Grind.
George Honeycutt, the Godfather.
Hey, everybody, we're all gonna get laid.
Oh my God, was that not the best thing I have ever heard on any media outlet?
I just want to know how long it took Dustin.
It's months, were dude.
That's
That's
him
4
and Jeff.
minutes.
With two Tennessee inbreds like it had taken 3 months.
Oh my God! Oh my God! How good was
classic.
that?
That was classic. Very well done, gentlemen. Very well
That
done.
was
Congratulations, guys! Fantastic.
That's all Big D, man.
And that's all Dustin Gilders.
That's him doing his hot
Did
pockets in the
we
microwave
really
and
say
sitting
all
in
that
here.
crap?
Hey, it was 8 minutes long. He cut it down to 4.
Holy crap!
Obviously, we got some pretty good outtakes.
I can't wait for the damn year-end show. Holy crap, that's going to be fun.
That'd be good.
Welcome to TGD Today here on thegolfdirector.com. Of course, Al Grind, Hugh Roy III. I'm George Honeycutt, the Godfather, welcoming you to another TGD Today. And the first part of our shows today are going to be, of course, the round table. We always got to start with the round table, even though we got a half round.
We're in a moon.
We're in a moon, a little crescent.
Little crescent moon.
Yeah. And tomorrow's Halloween.
well,
Yeah, I know.
Because we're in South Carolina, that's the way we roll. Crescent
Oh,
moon.
my God. You put... Okay.
We're talking about another Tennessee inbred, so excuse him, okay?
Yeah. All right. My God, I'm being overrun. Okay. And with us today, very special guest, Mr. Will Weldon.
I tell you.
Welcome.
Very nice
Morning,
to
guys.
have him here.
Well-
Appreciate you coming in.
I appreciate it. Thank
You
you.
know, I know dentist appointments and all the stuff, being as important as you are, and,
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, folks, all around the world, in case you're wondering, Will is the gentleman that I introduced worldwide to you Monday, as he is the gentleman who made the hole-in-one at the Rally for the Cure charity golf tournament, in which he won $10,000. $25,000.
And George is still complaining he didn't get a cut.
Well, yeah, 2,500, I guess, is his cut.
But did he hit it?
No.
But I sure found it in the hole.
If
I hadn't have found that damn thing, Will would still be out there.
Looking for it.
Yeah, we were over there looking for Jeff's ball. Couldn't find it, so left it up to George.
That sounds kind of weak to me, George.
You see how much, I mean, I took all the stress hell, he'd still be out there. He'd been in the rain this morning out there looking for it.
He ain't got
still.
any hair to lose, so who cares? He lived.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, he ain't a Dapper Dan man, that's for sure.
No.
Congratulations.
LM.
Thank you.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, no.
Full iron?
4-iron, yes, sir.
Laser.
What was the yardage?
Laser.
And the fact is,
190.
now he's 3 up on
190.
on Big
190.
Gino. So
190.
That's right, 4-1.
I like that.
4-1.
3 up on Gene, I like that.
Yeah. So it was kind of a serious note. What are you going to do with the money? Are you going to do any charity or anything like that?
Yeah, we'll be giving a portion of it back to hopefully the Rally for the Cure, and then just nothing exciting, a few bills, and the rest of it's going to go in my daughter's education.
Well, let me have you consider something.
He's too intelligent. I just party. No, I'm just kidding.
By yourself. By yourself, by the way. I want you to give some strong consideration to the Honeycutt Foundation for the battered and lost golf balls.
I think that's, what, $2,500? I think that's the going rate for that.
No, I think it's called the portable respirator. So when he has a heart attack, we can just get him going.
No, the Battered and Lost Golf Ball Foundation.
He's the only guy I know that carries a defibrillator in his golf bag.
We're a Levi 501 33 inseam, and we're a nonprofit.
Lord help us.
LLC.
So
long
we'll
day,
take it.
folks.
I mean, first off, there was only about 12 to 15 people on the tee box when you hit this damn thing because all the groups are backed up. And little par 3, 190 yards. I mean, smooth. What'd you hit, 9 irons?
Yeah, smooth 9-iron.
No,
Yeah,
smooth 9. He hooded it.
Yeah.
And, took one bounce, hit the rake, caught the sprinkler head, spun back.
Question is, though, what was the number that went in the box on the scorecard?
A 1.
Okay, then
That's
who
all
cares
that
how
Doesn't
it
matter
got
how
there?
it gets there.
A 1.
Yep.
And we ended up winning.
Yes.
As I
Congratulations.
announced.
See, that's the worst part. I'm glad you made the hole in one, but the fact that he was on the winning team
Well,
just makes
and
me throw up in my mouth a
Yeah,
little bit.
Cha-ching.
He was with us too.
Well, I don't
Jeff
mind
was with us.
You don't mind Jeff?
Jimmy Biggs.
Jimmy Biggs.
I mean, the fact is, the man never wears a hat because he can't find one to hit. Now they are fit. Now they're really hitting one to fit. So,
Oh, dude. We were brother-in-law the hell out of that place. I mean, it was either butt ugly from 3 of us and then one of us lays it in or vice versa.
well, Garrett's the one that told me about it, Fonville.
Okay.
My wife Heather works with Garrett at Condeluc, so that she, he was sitting there telling you, you heard about Will? I was like, no. George didn't tell you? I said, no. He starts filling me in. He goes, dude made a hole in one for $10,000. I'm like, And you wouldn't let me play in the thing, Heather. Thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, he would have stuffed it on top of it. That thing never left the pin.
Oh, that's what you said. So it was just
Never
absolutely
left. It was
covered
lasered.
the whole
It
way.
was
So
a
that's-
laser shot.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
no,
really cool.
It was pretty unreal.
Congratulations.
Is that
Dave.
your first one?
No, that's
Dude, did you not hear me say earlier he has 3
He
more
said
than
he
his dad?
has 4. Dad has 1.
So 1-800-MIRACLE-EAR.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you cut these headphones up a little bit for me? I said I couldn't hear
Oh
nothing.
my God.
yeah. Old man only has 1.
He's got one leg longer than the other. One ear's deaf, and the other one can't hear out of him.
Hey, that's what happens.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Well, I'm just impressed you got up this early, Al. So
There you go.
Congratulations, bud.
Thank you, sir.
Thursdays are becoming a hassle for you, aren't they? You got to get out of bed before 10 o'clock.
There you go. You can't beat it.
I know.
Can't beat it. Can't beat it. That's
We
right.
love-
That's
we
right.
love having
That's
you
right.
here.
That's right.
Yep, yep,
That's
yep.
300 ways wrong right there.
That's it.
All right, we're trying to put some more, let's say, some more cliff notes into the sound bites so we can pull those up later.
There you go.
That was the funniest doggone thing.
Dude, that was hysterical.
I thought
That's
his
hilarious.
previous intro was funny, but no, that's
Boy
impressive.
just got too much time on his hands.
Is that what it is?
That's exactly what
He's
it
got
is.
too much talent on his hands.
He
is
does
what he's
that,
got.
man. He's got some talent. I'll give him that.
Well, Will, welcome to the program.
Thank
This
God
being
you
the
got it
round
from your
table.
mother.
Yep. So Gene's all excited. I noticed he was walking around like a proud papa at the charity event. And by the way, hats off to AJ and Chuck and who else do we have out there?
Mike Bender.
Mike Bender. I'm sorry, Mike. The whole East Coast management, they've come in, Isaiah Sands, and they've really done some good work out there. I was impressed by how much grass was on the golf course, really. Because that place has struggled. We know.
Well, and the
it's
last
old
time
and
I played
tired.
it was
It's
when,
no doubt about it.
Boost was there, and they were cutting trees down and just
Right.
getting started in it. So I haven't seen it since. So from hearing what y'all said about it,
We had an enjoyable day.
Yeah, no, it was great.
Yeah, we
must
never
have really
had to
got
go
drunk to have an enjoyable day playing with us. So.
I kept trying to get Will to take the Jello shots because the lady said they were refreshing.
Yeah, Jeff.
They were refreshing.
They were refreshing.
They
Yes.
were. Of course, I don't have the bigs, knowledge of how to get the Jello out of the damn little cup.
I had the thing. I was trying
I'm
to.
sitting there.
How do you do that?
Yeah, I'm sitting here doing this and shaking the hell out of it and all that, and here's Biggs over here with his finger just.
That wasn't his first Jello shot.
No.
I'm not even going to. I'm going to behave. I'm not even going to go
You can
there.
tell Biggs has stuck
I'm
his
not
finger
going
in some
there.
holes before and running around like that. I mean, he's got a talent there. So,
Mr. Bigglesworth.
Yeah,
Mr. Bigglesworth.
They don't call him Mr. Biggs for nothing.
No,
That's right.
absolutely. But, I thought the day went well. We never really had to look for a place to drop the ball or to place the ball. I mean, and that kind of tells me, the golf course is really kind of turning around.
Yeah, no, plenty of grass. The greens rolled fine. No
They
issues.
were fine.
Yeah, no issues at all. It was great.
So, I mean, we were striking putts and making putts and shot 54. So, cha-ching.
Good.
Cha-ching. We get a free round of golf.
Did you donate your prize?
Huh? Excuse me? To the Honeycutt.
Excuse me.
To the Honeycutt Foundation.
He's talking about.
I gave it to the
everybody
Honeycutt
donating something.
Foundation. I've already
I
got my receipt back. So, yeah. So, Will, you and I and Jeff and Bigglesworth get to go to the Die Club.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to set that up.
I'm taking the. I'm going 90 or under is the over and under for George.
90.
Well, you shot it a few weeks ago.
You're such an ass.
You shot it a few weeks ago,
just-
did you not?
Get that on tape, D. You're such an ass.
Where did he shoot that?
At River's Edge.
River's Edge. Yeah.
A little more sand on the
Me
Die
and
Club.
Jim Fellner.
Little Alan Page special.
Yeah. It was hot that day. The sun was in my eyes. Yeah.
Your hands are too close to your wrist.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. What are we doing?
Hell, I don't know. I just thought we talked to Will.
I agree.
I thought it was one of the. Now I've had 5 hole-in-ones.
Congratulations.
Okay, all mine are with Titleist. I wrote an article, blog, all this other stuff, but you never get the thrill of it out of you. I mean, I don't care how many you see. It was just so much fun, and I'll tell the story, and we've told it on Monday, and I'll tell it again. But we had all hit. Jimmy was left. I was right. Jeff was right, and you had lasered the pin. But because where the sun was setting, we didn't. We heard it hit the green, but we didn't see it go in the hole. And we roll up, and we don't see a ball on the green. And so Will goes ahead and gets out. He's over helping on the right, and then he's going to fling around to the left or back left and see if it's in the bunker. I go up and I see his pitch mark, and I look up toward the hole, and I go, God, that had to roll right by it. And so I fished the pitch mark. I didn't tap it down, though. I wanted you to see it where it hit. And then I go up, and here's the prettiest Titleist 3 looking at me you ever seen in your life. And I turned around and go, it's in the hole. It's in the hole. It's in the hole. It's in the hole. And all of a sudden, we're out there doing the white boy trying to slap each other high five and missing totally. And we're trying to do chest bumps and falling down and going into convulsions and all.
There you go. That's when
It
the
was a lot of
defibrillator
fun.
comes in handy.
Oh, don't start. You can't get on his side now, okay?
No, yeah,
all right?
you can.
I'll cut you from this show in a heartbeat.
So you can be replaced.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a garbage can over there. I can sit in that chair real quick. So,
Hey, it might even remember how many holes in ones he got.
yeah, it may have a better memory.
Yeah, it may have a better memory.
But tell it now. You hit the 4-iron. What kind of 4-iron are you using?
Titleist.
Titleist.
Yes.
There we go. See, you got to get the plug in.
Pretty much Titleist everything.
All right, Bobby, send us a check.
Yeah, exactly.
We mentioned Titleist.
Big one.
So, 2,500 at least. No doubt about it. And Will, I'm impressed with your game, dude. you can pound a golf ball.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, to be, you know, you probably play what 3 times a year, 4 maybe.
A little more.
You
than
play
that.
more than that?
A little more than that, but.
Well, I know your dad plays 4 times a week.
Yes.
So, of course, Gene Weldon, famous around here, PGA guy, currently with East Coast Golf Management, but everybody knows and loves Gene. And but, dude, you got some game. It's fun to watch.
Well,
it really is.
Thank you. He, you know,
it's not as fun watching the old decrepit here, but it's fun to watch.
Well, put it to you this way: if he's complimenting you, it's only because he said he outdrove you once, and y'all had to take his drive. That's why he's saying you.
I'm not saying that happened, but it may have.
I'm just telling you,
dude. It was a solid foot.
That's the only reason he's saying you pounded.
It was.
He actually outdrove you.
And I know. I know 12 inches.
Hey.
It was a solid foot.
It may be because of the shoes you wear, but that's it.
Hey, I was proud of that damn thing.
It's obvious.
We got to use one shot of mine the whole day. That was good.
I'm just glad y'all got to play golf. I wouldn't even know what that felt like.
Yeah. Oh, poor boo. You had go out and lay a little sod, go buy some trash cans.
Yep.
Why are you buying the trash cans, dude? Tell us.
Because I guess
it's a lead-in.
There's nobody else to do it.
No, dude. It's a lead-in. The Myrtle Beach,
dude,
South Carolina Golf
You
Center.
want me to lead in the fact we're having our grand opening this
Yay!
weekend? Okay.
Yay!
We're having our grand opening out at Shasberry. It's going to be from 11 to 3. The public's welcome. We're going to have 3 pigs doing barbecue. We're going to have what we golf modernized turkey shoot, where we're going to put targets out there, let people try to hit them. If you hit it, you're going to win smaller prizes, and it puts you into a shootout for larger prizes. We're just going to make a day of it. Have beer, wine, soft drinks. It's going to be fun.
Super. And that's this Saturday. This Saturday, November the 1st
at Shasberry Glen.
11 o'clock is your ribbon cutting.
Is a ribbon
with
cutting.
the Conway
I
Chamber.
have to do a speech, which is frightening enough. And
then, Lord, have mercy.
You got that covered.
I hope we're taping this.
Oh, yeah. And then
I'd like to thank everyone for coming out.
It had been set, 11 to 3, but I've got it to where I've cut it to where it's going to be 11 till we finish and decide to get done. So we're going to have some fun with it.
Well, I'm taking the Saturday golf group. I have a Saturday golf group. It's about 30 guys. We travel around to a different course every Saturday, and I'm taking them out there to Shasberry on Saturday, and we're going to play early morning in the 44-degree weather, and it's supposed to be raining also. And then we'll get done and be all over in your crawl.
We'll have a good space. I mean, the beauty of it is, no matter what the weather is, we've got a heated fireplace. That's really sounds.
You got a heated fireplace, really?
We've got a gas.
That's nice.
Really?
That's nice and cozy.
Are you from South Georgia?
I am. We've got a
we
gas.
got a fireplace. It don't work.
No, we got
a heated one.
We got a gas fireplace. We've got cable, big TV. We got 2 hitting bays, so we can do whatever we got to do, no matter what the weather. So we're gonna have some fun with it.
Well, see, the heated one's better. So that's.
Is it, Al?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Yeah, that's like getting fire in your stove. I got a stove. It don't work, but I can put some fire in it. Yeah. Okay. Whatever, dude.
Yeah.
So you're
Super
excited. You're looking for
Yeah.
it. Oh, I touched your sore forearm. Sorry.
I'm fine. I'll live.
Are you going to be okay?
I don't know. We'll find out.
So you're getting all ready, 11 o'clock Saturday, and it's going to go till whenever.
Yeah.
So
we're just going to, a couple of kegs in there. We got some wine and have some soft drinks for the kids. And we got.
Well, if Heather's going to show up, you got to have wine.
You sure enough better have wine.
Yeah, and a straw.
And you've got 2 new instructors.
Yes.
Would you like to go ahead and talk about that?
Nathan McDonough has rejoined me in teaching. He knows my philosophy. And then we have Tice Runya. Came from Diamondback. He is from Arlington, Texas.
Right.
I knew it was something with an A in Texas, but Arlington, Texas, played at University of Texas, and played a few mini tour events, and he's getting involved. So
Good.
We'll have a.
Sounds like you're putting
team.
a stable together.
We're trying to do that. Yes.
Good. Well, all the best of luck. You know that.
Well, thank
we've
you.
We've been talking about this for quite some time.
Yeah. My kid's already almost in high school as we've talked about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're good.
Yeah. So of course this Saturday, big grand opening, and then you'll hit the ground running.
We are. We're going to hit the ground running with it. And
any of the kids showing up?
A lot of my juniors, Haley and a bunch of them, they're playing in the deal up in Sherrall, so they won't be there. But I actually have my son Brainerd's coming, so
fantastic!
Brainerd's coming over
so
tonight
we'll get to
from
see
Aiken,
him,
and he's going to hang out and hit a few shots, and who knows, he may get the soccer ball out. The kid's a superstar when it comes to soccer, so he might be playing soccer golf out there. Who knows? Who knows?
But we'll have a good time.
Absolutely.
Will, you'll have to try to come out and join us Saturday.
Sounds good.
It'll be a lot of fun. So just wait till I get done. I think the golf director is going to be out there for a broadcast, aren't we?
We are. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I'm not sure what time we're going to do that, but we're going to be out there and be set up and ready to go.
Fantastic.
Sometime in the afternoon.
Rock and roll.
I should be done after 9 holes. I'll just go ahead and fall out and get paddled, and then have somebody wheel me up there so I can do the show.
Oh, by the way, Bigglesworth just sent us a tweet.
Did he really?
He's saying, "Go easy on our boy Will Weldon. We'd like to have him back on the show again sometime."
All right, Bigglesworth. This is my show. I can do whatever.
That's a veteran of the show.
Yeah. No shit. No problem about that. Yep. So that's an exciting weekend. I guess we got Tennessee against South Carolina this week.
Yeah, that's Saturday night.
Yeah.
Yes, go Cox.
Yeah. I just brought it up for you, dude.
Yeah.
So, it's a busy weekend.
Yeah.
I'm batching it.
I'm a little upset the fact that our boy doesn't get to come back till the 15th of November, though.
Who is that?
Gurley. He can come back, but it's not till the 15th.
We could go into that, and my goodness, see, the hairs are standing up.
All
right,
Got
here
them
we
all
go.
worked
Push
up.
a button.
You got them all worked up.
Here we go. But whatever. So I'll leave it alone for the
Since
time
he's
being.
a Cox fan, if he does come Saturday, we got to get the Pro Dips golf cart running up there and have it.
Oh
up there
yeah!
on the
Oh
practice
yeah!
tee with all the dog stuff
yeah!
all over it.
Yeah, you never heard that story, but
No.
we'll share that with you off air one time. So the Godfather about got his butt whooped in Sumter, South Carolina. So
with the Georgia golf cart.
yeah, that was quite interesting.
Yes, I have it.
So anything else going on, guys? What's going on at Possum Trot, Al?
Hey, everything's going good.
Yeah.
The play course is in good shape.
Yeah, Johnny's got it looking good.
We got a finalist in Best of the Beach driving range this year, so kind of tickled with that.
And you should, because I saw a lot of other driving ranges this summer from all the rain that was shut down for days, dude.
Yes.
And, people come over to CPC at Barefoot and they go, oh, well, I was going to hit balls. Hey, go to Possum.
Yep.
Just drive up the street and go to Possum.
I tell you, as far as the practice facility goes, I mean, they really thought that thing out when they laid it out because there's a super great little short range. It's just a little over 100 yards. Then we've got the full range. There's practice bunkers. We have a very generous practice greens. So it's a great place to come, where you can just get away.
Plus, you got Alcoy's custom fit shop right there.
Yes, sir. You need a grip or a club or a shaft bend or anything of that nature, I'm right there. So yes, sir.
There.
Right there.
You can bend a shaft with the best of them, can't you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm a professional shaft bender.
That's what Chris said.
That's right.
I hope she's not listening. I'll get slapped for that one later.
Oh, boy.
So is Miss Heather all excited about the weekend?
Heather is. She's ready to roll. She's in a good mood. Like I said, we got Halloween tomorrow night, and the kids and Bray will be here, and then I'll be able to hang out and entertain and talk to people on Saturday, which is what she's good at, talking to folks.
So
yeah.
Get
her a glass of wine, and she'll go nonstop.
She is a marketing person.
She is that.
No doubt about it. Will, tell us about a little bit about what you do for a living, other than win tens of thousands of dollars.
Well, I wish I did that every day. But, no, I work for the Myrtle Beach Marriott Resort and Spa at Grand Dunes off 82nd, right on the ocean. Been working at a Marriott hotel for 17, 18 years now. And,
nice.
Wow.
Working with conventions, planning those, and making people happy with their meetings. That's basically
Keeps you
what
pretty
I do.
busy, doesn't it?
It does. It does. We have a great team, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So that's right down there in the center of it all, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
82nd Avenue.
You probably know my friend Gray Range from Florence. Owns a bunch of the Marriott stuff over in Florence.
Do not know the name.
Good guy.
Do not
plays
know the
golf.
name.
He's a member of the country club over there. Great guy.
If he plays golf, man, he's got to be a great
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
He's a good dude. He took care of us when we were playing. So
Ask Will what he thinks about being a professional now.
So, Will, what do you think about being a professional now?
It's pretty awesome.
It's good. I heard that in my ear here.
Certainly not going to turn that down.
For $10,000, I'd turn pro. See you later.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I was going to ask you that.
You
but,
can go refile for your amateur status. It'll take you about 3 years, but you'll get it.
It's two. It's two.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't even know if I have it, to be honest with you, so it's not even a question.
Yeah.
Not even a question.
So you're not going to be participating in the World Am anytime soon?
No.
Okay.
No.
I just had to throw that in.
I figured.
I know. You know.
I figured.
Well, again, we're now playing with another professional. Hell, I got another Al, you and I are the minority here.
Yep.
You know that?
Yep.
We're not professionals.
Nope.
Although we slept together at a Holiday Inn Express last night. We're not professionals.
In different rooms.
Well,
Can I
again,
please be
oh
moved?
yeah, I forgot to mention that.
You forgot to
Can I
mention
please
that.
be moved?
Oh my
Yeah.
God!
Indifferent.
Well, can't congratulate you enough, dude. And
Thank you.
It was a lot of fun playing with you. I hope we get to do it. Well, we're going to go to Barefoot together.
Yes.
So it was funny when we told Jimmy Bigglesworth. He says, "Now, what do we get for first?" And oh yeah, it's 4 rounds at Crow Creek.
Thanks, Biggs.
So a lot of fun. It was a good event.
Hey,
I thought East Coast did a good job.
And the cause is what it's all about. I mean,
Yeah, rally
you know,
for the cure. Yeah, breast cancer awareness.
Breast cancer is an issue. It's an everyday thing.
It's a huge issue, dude.
You know, it's time to do something, and people are starting to do something. And you know, for everybody to show up and do that, I think says a lot about the community itself.
Yeah, well, a full field.
Full field.
Great turnout. Everybody seemed to have a good time. And again, hats off to East Coast for what they've done with the golf course itself. It's one of those places that, you know, you can go out and just bang it around, have a good time. The greens are very good. They were putting very, very well. And overall, the golf course was fine.
Yeah, no.
So anybody that says negatives about Azalea Sands, they haven't been out there lately. So I would go out there and check it out.
Yeah, it was fun. So what's it all about?
Yep, what it's all about. All right, guys. TGD today, of course, the round table, and I have to go through a readout here, so brace yourself.
You said he'd read it for you if you didn't want to.
Here, read this.
Here, read this.
Here, read this. Well, let's see here. TGD Radio.
TGD Radio and TV are produced and broadcast by the Zeus Radio Network for thegolfdirector.com. When visiting the Golf Director, navigate over to here. You do it.
No, you got to finish, dude.
No,
you got to finish.
No, I am not going to sit here and get harassed.
Lord, you're not going to sit here and get harassed.
No.
Really?
No. You're supposedly the legend when it comes to doing radio. No, I ain't touching it. Nope.
Here.
Nope. Good try.
They put it.
I don't think they're going to read it.
Put your glasses back on. They put it in bold print for you.
Hang on.
Let's let our guests.
When visiting the Golf
No,
Director,
let's not.
when visiting
Let's
the
not.
Golf
I
Director,
appreciate that, but
navigate
let's
over
not.
to our featured golf course pages when you'll find up-to-date information about courses and course conditions. Okay, is that okay, George?
Keep it going, man.
Specials and much more. Need help with your next golf vacation? Give us a call at 844-GO-GOLF-1. That's 844-GO-GOLF-1. Or, if you can't read like Al here, 844-464-6531.
Follow the bouncing ball.
You finish the rest.
All of our TGD programming is archived for
Nice
listening
job.
and viewing on demand. To catch up on the show you may have missed in the past, click on TGD Radio, TGD TV tabs, and in the menu at thegolfdirector.com. This is George Honeycutt. On behalf of
The
Hugh Roy
legend in his
III,
own mind.
Al Cloy, our producers and guests, we thank you for tuning in. There's more TGD golf news and information coming up next.
But hell, I don't even. I ain't got
Everyone to the studio, please. Testing. Testing. Hello. Dr. Grind. Godfather. HR3. Come to the studio, please. It's time to go live.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And welcome back, everybody. TGD today here. Al Cloyd is in the house. Tech Talk with Al Cloyd
Yes,
with
sir.
HR3, George Honeycutt, and Ryder.
That's right.
Ryder's around here somewhere. Yep. Ryder's around here somewhere.
He's back
You'll
here.
see Ryder
He's
on the
back here
TV.
cleaning up the popcorn mess from the other night.
Good deal. I hope he doesn't get into the scotch.
That's right.
So he'll be having fun. Hey, buddy, how are you? Good to see you. Tech Talk with Al Cloyd. We got a busy subject matter.
There he is.
There he is. There's Ryder. There's the boy. Okay.
There
We've
went
destroyed
Al's
the program now.
headphones. There we go.
Yeah, that's all right. He didn't need them anyway. He can't hear a damn thing.
No.
So, Al, we got a busy subject matter today, obviously. And
Yes, sir.
Why don't you tell us what it is?
We sure do. Kindly stayed up last night monkeying around, spent a few hours to put together a little show for us. What I wanted to do was look at set makeup and what kind of clubs you need to have in your bag for the amount of club head speed you're generating and your playing ability.
That's
Okay,
good.
so
Yeah.
the first we'll kindly start off with ladies. Typically, a lady's going to be looking for a driver between about an 11.5 to about a 14.5. And this is just your average lady that's generating a club head speed of, with the woods between 55 to 65, and with the irons, they're going to generate a club head speed of about 45 to 55 mile per hour. So in a nutshell, their irons are going to be around 50, their woods are going to be around 60.
Okay.
What we found is that 3 woods just don't perform very efficiently at that amount of club head speed.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to them start looking at 4 woods instead of 3 woods.
So you recommend the same thing for me, right?
You can't beat it.
Because that's my
right.
club head speed.
Yep. So the 4 wood's got a little more loft than the 3 wood. It's a little easier to hit with the less amount of club head speed they're generating.
Sure. Okay.
So then a 5 wood, when you start looking at lofts, they do stronger lofted fairway woods and they do weaker lofted fairway woods. So with the ladies in the fairway woods, the weaker lofted fairway woods will help.
Okay.
So like a 4 wood, 5 wood, 7 wood, 9 wood, or a 4 hybrid. That's a good transition spot. And then like a 5 hybrid, 6 hybrid, 7 hybrid.
Right.
And then go into like a 8 iron, a 9 iron, a pitching wedge, a wedge, and a sand wedge, and a putter. And that's a nice 14 club set, for your average lady.
Sure.
And and with what he's talking about here, George, too, is the fact that with women, everybody's so worried about how far they're going to hit it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't realize that with more loft, the more you launch the ball in the air, the further they're actually going to hit it.
Sure.
And they think, well, the wind is not going to go as far. That's not necessarily the case.
Right.
And that's what people need to get into their head.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, that's why you take more club when you're into the wind.
Yeah.
So because you're looking for that optimal shot to get it up there.
Exactly.
So,
And that's why you have 13 clubs and a putter.
that's right. Yeah.
Exactly.
And one thing I want to note too for the ladies out is a big thing now is like your 7 iron, your 8 iron, your 9 iron, the wedges, they come in high launch now,
That's correct.
which is almost they're like hybrid irons.
Yes.
So large soles with a lot of bounce on the bottom to help the club to bounce to launch the ball in the air. So you're not trying to hang back and help it up. You
And
can
scoop
make
it
your
up.
normal
Yeah.
swing. Yeah, exactly.
Fantastic. So,
And
okay, so we
sure.
got the ladies covered.
Yeah, we got the ladies covered, and this is like when you're looking for clubs, the main things you want to consider is the grip, because that's where your contact's at, and you want to look at the size of the grip, the material that the grip's made out of, and the feel. Those are the 3 basic things. On your shaft, this is the things that you want to consider. You want to make sure you have the right length, that you have the right flex, the right bend point, the right weight, the right materials that the shaft's made out of for you, and also cosmetics. You want to like the looks of that shaft.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get from that, then we get into the head. So like on a driver head, the most important thing I feel is loft, face angle, whether it's open or closed, depending upon your flight tendencies. The center of gravity of the head on the driver is very important.
It's huge.
It's huge.
I mean, that might be the biggest one of all. I mean, you can get somebody that he's wearing out the popcorn.
Dude, I thought he was eating my communication cord over there.
No, but you can look at lofts and all. You can play with an 11-degree driver, but if the center of gravity is high enough and forward enough, it's about like playing an 8.5.
Right.
So I mean, it's all, to me, that's what's relative.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Is where that weight is distributed.
So
in the
Al,
head.
if I'm a lady looking for a higher center of gravity driver, let's say, how do I know, as just an amateur golfer walking into a retail store or a club fitter or whatever, how do I just consider their opinion? If they tell me it's a high center of gravity, should I just take their word for it or what?
Well, it's a lot of it's you have to do your homework, or find someone that really knows the product, that can tell you what the center of gravity of that head is.
All right.
It's seeking out a professional. It's doing your homework.
Well, every manufacturer that when you go to their site and you're looking at Callaway drivers, you're looking at Nike drivers, whatever, they will identify where their center of gravity is, their MOI, and their weight adjustments, their loft adjustments, things like that. They'll list all that.
That's correct.
So that's where you talk about doing your homework. Is that right?
Definitely.
Okay.
That's where doing your homework comes in. Next is the head volume, the size of the head. Most drivers now are running between 440 cc's to 420 is the smallest. 440's kind of your mid, and then your larger heads are your 460s.
Right.
Well, the 460 head's going to be more forgiving, but the 440 head's going to be more workable.
Okay.
So you've got to figure out, what you're looking for, as far as size. It is definitely important. And then the another thing I feel is very important is the profile of the head, how the head looks to your eye, whether you like a pear-shaped head or more of a blockier head, or whether you're traditional or you like something a little bit outside the box. So and in fairway woods is pretty much the same thing. It's loft, face angle, center of gravity, head volume, and head profile. When you get into irons, iron heads, you want to look at the loft, the lie, the weight distribution in the head, where the weight's put at. So also rolls back into center of gravity. The profile, how the club looks to you on the top line is very, very important. How much offset the iron head has for your particular playing ability. Touring professional would want very little offset, where if you take a higher handicapper, they're going to need a little offset to help them. And then the next thing is the material that the iron head's actually made out of. Whether it's a cast head or whether it's a forged head, each one provides different feels.
Sure.
So you want to find the same.
Did he get a whole bag of popcorn? Or has he cleaned out the trash can?
Oh, the trash can's just been
gone.
I hope you didn't I hope you didn't really like this trash can.
Yeah.
Riders eating the trash
It's
can.
gone.
It's gone. Yeah.
It's gone. But now, offset, what it does, Jeff, it sets the club head more behind the ball so that you can it helps get it in the air.
For an amateur needing to offset.
And that's kind of what's ironic, because you look at kind of the new Nike stuff and where it's going. And then you go and you look at the original Ping I2s.
Yep.
When they came out, and that's what we played in college.
I played them for 25 years.
I played them on tour.
Yeah.
And that was a club that it helped you. I liked it because it made me hit it even higher than I already did, because the greens were so hard out there.
Right.
Yep.
And that's what it does. It sets that club head behind there. So, yeah, the shaft gets through there, but yet your actual loft is behind the shaft that helps get it up in the air. So it just makes it a lot simpler and a lot easier.
Right.
Definitely.
Right.
Now,
Let's jump into the seniors.
Yep. Most seniors, just to kindly give everybody out there an idea, the average club head speed of a senior on an iron is between about 60 to 70 miles per hour. Their woods are going to be between 65 to 70. They might crack 80. And that's if they're swinging real good. From the loft we found that works best at that amount of clubhead speed is between an 11.5 to about a 13.5.
For the driver.
For the driver. Optimal shaft weight on something like that, they're going to be looking at about a 45 to a 55 gram shaft. Where a lady's going to be looking at about a 45 gram to a 55 gram shaft. So weights you're going to notice as we talk will actually get heavier with the slightly aggressiver swings.
More aggressive.
More aggressive.
There we
Yes.
go.
Aggressiver.
Aggressiver.
That's a Tennessee term.
Heck yeah. So then, same way with the senior. I recommend the 4 wood. Over top of 3 wood. Then like a 5 wood, a 7 wood. One that's got a little more loft on it. A lot of 5 woods are 19. I would look at something like a 22 degree. It's got a little more loft on it. Hybrids for a senior, they're going to want to at least a 3, 4, and a 5 if they're not carrying the 7 wood. Just much easier to hit.
Right.
And then the same way with the hybrids are offered stronger and weaker versions. So they'll tend to do a little bit better with the stronger versions. So that's good. And then irons, starts with about a 6 iron, 7, 8, 9, pitching wedge, a wedge, sand wedge, and a putter. So and then as far as materials goes, graphite pretty much all the way, except until you get to the irons, and then they can use a lightweight steel, a composite, or a graphite.
He ate the trash can. Now he just ate used backpack.
Now, is an 8 wedge the same thing as a gap wedge?
The A wedge, what has happened through the years is we have strengthened pitching wedges so much that they have turned into 9 irons. Okay, so the gap wedge comes in between the pitching wedge and the sand wedge.
So that's an A wedge.
That's an A wedge.
Okay.
Yeah. A wedge, approach wedge, gap wedge. It's basically a 50 to a 52 degree wedge.
Yeah.
And that's what that bad boy is.
Let me go back and make one comment about a senior. When a senior's looking at clubs, they also need to consider what type of swing they have. And you can speak to this with much professionalism. They need to decide if they're a sweeper or if they descend on the ball. I find a lot of seniors that, it doesn't matter if they're hitting 7 iron or they're hitting a 3 wood, is they put the same swing on it. And if they take no divots at all or whatever, then they need those high launch clubs to help them get the ball up.
I agree with you 100%. And I think the older we get, George, and I'm not just going to say seniors in general, but just all of us as we get older, you start swinging more with your arms. It's just natural, from whether it's strength in your legs to balance, balance points and whatnot. It helps you as far as swinging. And with the modern day equipment, with the numbers that Al's talking about loft wise, some of these people are sitting back if they're listening and going, he's full of crap. There's no way I'm going to play that much loft in that club. Well, you know what, folks? I mean, I played a 6.5 degree driver when I was on the tour playing balata balls. You try it now, you can't get it in the air.
Right.
The equipment has changed so much. What we're talking about are relative lofts for performance. Check
Correct.
your ego at the door.
Right.
What you
Yes.
thought you knew from the past, that stuff is obsolete now. So listen to these guys, and I mean that's why I listen to Al. You do too, because you can play more. I mean, I'm playing more loft in a driver now than I thought I'd ever played in my life, and I'm hitting it further.
Well,
so
I swore
explain
up and
that,
down.
I'm 50 years old.
Yeah, I swore up and down that I would never use a high launch driver, and of course, my last one was 12 degrees.
Yes, sir.
And it's just crazy. And so, I mean, again, the technology has changed today because the ball technology has changed also.
That's
it's
correct.
like you stated. If you tried to take a 6.5 degree driver right now and hit the modern day ball, it wouldn't go anywhere.
Oh, it'd be like you're in West Texas playing in a 50-mile-an-hour wind trying to hit it along the ground.
Right.
Because you
some
can't
dead
get in the
worms.
air.
Right.
I mean, look at what the guys did at Cherry Hills trying to hit balata drivers with the new golf ball.
Right.
None of them could get it in the air.
Hitting
persimmon
persimmon drivers.
They couldn't get it to the
How
bunkers,
do you-
which they're flying with the metal
How do
wood.
you explain a freak like this one sitting next to me here? Okay, he hits a 7.5 degree driver, higher than George does. I mean, and hits it 300 plus yards. Blows my mind. I mean, I can't take his driver and get it off the ground at all.
But it's a matter of
it's a matter of talent. Number one, you just have too much lost, and he's a lot younger.
It's really a matter of,
and by lost, I'm not talking about the face angle.
I know what you're saying.
No,
Yeah.
it's a matter of that club head speed and his ascending blow at the ball. I mean, he could probably take a 4-degree driver and hit it high.
Yeah.
So it's the way he comes down on the ball versus a sweeping action to where he's catching it from the middle up, and then that would send it on a lower trajectory and then get topspin. What he's probably finding is, he can hit it 300 in the air, but when it hits, it's pretty much going to die because all of its energy's gone out of it.
And it's spinning so much to get it in the air. See,
he's probably creating, I would say, 4, 5, 6,000 RPMs at impact point, and then, it's just getting up there doing like mine does. And I've worked hard over the last year to lower my spin rate with the driver. And what has that done? Yeah, I'd like to hit it lower, but I'm looking for that rollout. I'm looking for that ball to have a little life to it when it hits and then releases.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So much like yours does when I see it. So again, the golfer needs to check the ego at the door and decide, okay, this is the way my body is allowing me to swing. This is the way I swing. And thusly, that needs to come into play whenever you're doing a fitting.
That's correct.
You need to let that fitter know, especially on the front end, because as they start watching you on the simulator or out on the grass or wherever you are, or at your hitting bays at the golf center, that fitter needs to know this is your tendencies in the game.
Oh, yes.
They need, because
there
may
be interview, a nice little interview.
Exactly.
Before you even start, to see
I
where
can
they're
tell
at.
a good fitter in the first 2 minutes of a introduction to someone new. And the fact is, what kind of questions are they asking?
Yes, sir.
If they just hand you a club because that's the
Newest,
biggest commission for them on that particular day, if they sell this many sets, they get a steak dinner.
Right.
That does nothing for the golfer.
No, sir.
Nothing.
No, sir.
But if it's like I had a guy come in that just walked in off the street. He didn't call ahead. He didn't do anything. And, I was just sitting there bored to tears. And so thankfully he did. He come in and I sat him down in 2 chairs facing one another. And we went through a 10-minute talk.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And he goes, I've never done this before.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, you actually asked me questions that I've thought about in my head for years, but no one's ever asked.
Mm-hmm. And then if it gives you the opportunity, though, number one, you're creating a relationship, which to me, that's huge as far as a customer and, a salesperson type thing.
Yes, sir.
And then secondly, you're learning what they think their tendencies are.
Right.
All right. Then you can watch them and you understand exactly what the tendencies are. Mm-hmm. And then you can kind of put 2 and 2 together because, folks, I don't care where you go, what you do, or who you ask. There is no such thing as instant gratification or fix in your golf problems. You're going to have to work on it. You're going to have to practice.
Buying a club does not create the perfect swing.
It ain't the arrow. It's the Indian trying to shoot it.
There you go.
But if you get the proper arrow to shoot, your accuracy gets better.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, again, like
and you
I
have
said
more
earlier,
fun shooting the arrow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you have more fun.
And I hate being rude, but check your ego at the door and go learn something about yourself. Go learn something about your golf swing, your game, and the equipment that you need.
Right.
And when you find out what fits you best, then run with it.
Run with it.
Yep. Next, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and jump on to what I call a regular flex. And this is your kind of your regular guy. He's going to generate between about 80 to 90 mile an hour in club head speed. Just depending on.
And you're talking about with the driver.
With the driver, yeah. Irons are going to be between about 70 to 80 is what you're going to find. Most of those guys, what you're going to be looking for in a driver is anywhere between a 9.5 to about an 11.5. Probably more towards the 11.5 side. As far as shaft weight, they're looking for something between a 65 to a 75 gram range, in a stiff flex. 3 woods, somewhere between 14 to 16 degrees, somewhere in that neck of the woods, because they're generating enough club head speed to hit that club efficiently. A 5 wood, they're probably looking at a slightly strong 5 wood, like a 19.5 instead of a 21.5. And in the fairway woods, they're looking at about a 75 to an 85 gram graphite shaft. When they get into the hybrids, probably a 3 and a 4 hybrid. The shaft weight on those bad boys are going to be between 85 to 95 grams. Something probably around a 20 to a 24 loft. In that neck of the woods. Then the iron set with a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pitching wedge, gap wedge, sand wedge, and a putter. And as far as the composites, graphite in the driver, graphite in the fairways, graphite in the hybrids. But when you get into the irons, they can use a mid-weight steel shaft. There's plenty of graphites that's comparable, and also some composite shafts that are part graphite and part steel. So there, at that amount of club head speed, there's a lot of options out there as far as shaft materials goes. So that's your regular guy. And then the last one is I call them the really strong player, which would be a almost a tour player, or pretty darn close. So they're generating a whole lot more club head speed. Their woods are going to start at about 110 mile an hour.
Let me stop real quick
Sure.
and ask you a defining question.
Yes, sir.
I'm a 5 handicap.
Yes.
Should I consider the numbers you're about to give as in that category that I should be thinking about?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Probably more regular.
More regular.
Yep.
So really, you're talking
Upper end of regular.
Upper end of regular.
Upper end of regular.
You're talking the regulars should be considered in the 0 handicap or 1 handicap, or I'm just trying to help our listeners and our viewers to get an understanding of where they fall into this, summary that you're doing.
It depends on club speed.
Club speed. That's
Okay.
It really, really does.
It's all about ability.
Yep.
Okay.
Club
All right.
speed and ability.
Go right ahead.
No problem. So the loft on the driver is going to be between a 8.5 to about a 10.5. You'll find some up to an 11. The weight on the shafts are going to be on the driver shaft for a touring pro is going to be between 75 and 95 grams. Notice like if you go back and look at the weight on a ladies driver, it's between 45 to 55 grams. Okay, so there's a significant amount of difference in weight.
30 to 40 grams.
Yes, sir. And then for a tour pro or a very strong player, they can hit a 3+, which is a strong 3. It has a loft of about 13 degrees, where if you go back and look at, like a regular player, he's going to be better off with a 16-degree loft. So when you're picking 3 woods, there's a lot of them out there, and there's a lot of loft rates. So, pay attention. There's strong 3s, there's regular 3s. And
much like the driver, too, folks, I want you to be aware of this and think about this. When you're picking a 3-wood or a 5-wood, just like you do with your driver, they have different center of gravities.
That's correct.
They have different MOIs. And so each head is going to react different. It's going to hit different. It's going to feel
characteristics
different.
and everything.
Yeah, with the same shaft in it. You can put the same shaft in 3 different heads, and they'll all
play differently.
Play a little differently.
So check that out.
And you can take one head and put 50 different shafts in it. It's going to perform 50 different ways.
Yeah.
So and then most of those guys are going to go ahead and they're either going to hit a 5-wood, but you don't see those much anymore. What we're starting to see is the 2 hybrids.
Yeah.
Something around 18 degrees.
I went to 16.
Yeah, 16 to 18.
I went to 16. Yep.
95. The weight on that shaft for that amount of club head speed is going to be between like 95 and 125 grams, right in that neck of the woods. And then most of those guys are going to start out with like a 3-iron to pitch and wedge. And then what they're going to do is they're probably only going to carry 2 wedges. And this is something that me and Hughes talked about before. If I'm only going to carry 2 wedges, what loft should those 2 wedges be? And the loft should be 54, 58.
Okay.
It gives you a great separation.
But that 58 needs to have a lot of bounce on it.
Yeah, it needs to have more bounce than what people think they do, because it makes it more of a versatile club around the greens. I mean, you can go low, high, flop, whatever you want. But if you get something, you go to a 60, you're looking – I mean, on a 60-degree wedge, you're lucky if you can find one with 6 to 8 degrees of bounce. Lucky.
Yeah,
you're right. And 6 degrees is going to dig. And no offense, folks, everybody has trouble around the greens, the chili dipping and all that. Get something to where all you got to do is let the club hit the ground, let it do the work for you. You know, it's like hammering a nail in the wall for your wife to hang a picture. You don't try to beat the crap out of it. You make a motion, it puts it in a wall. You need that kind of wedge to help you do that.
Exactly.
You're using the tool in the way it was meant to be designed.
Yes.
Yeah. So get enough bounce, and then you're not doing 100 mayhem. So
that's right.
Yeah.
And then as far as materials goes, you know, they're going to have a graphite, you know, in the driver, graphite in the fairway woods, graphite, a composite, maybe a steel shaft. You'll see maybe 1 or 2 steel shafts out there in hybrids, but it's very, very rare.
Mm-hmm.
And then most of the irons are going to be either steel or a composite shaft.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you see a lot of KBS, a lot of True Temper Dynamic Golds.
CFS.
Precision.
Yep. Precisions, 6.0s. You know so that's kind of where if you look at a like a regular player, his pitch he can go pitch and wedge, a wedge, sand wedge, you know, and be quite happy. If you'll notice, I didn't really put a whole lot of lob wedges on here, and the reason being is I'm not a big lover of lob wedges.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like a 58, but most times 60s. It's either I call it a risk-reward club, because if you hit it good, you know, it's a nice, beautiful, high shot. You catch that baby thin, you're on the other side of the green.
Mm-hmm.
So me personally, I find 60s, you know, it's a risk-reward club.
You know, it's funny. I see a lot of amateurs out, and we often talk about how, you know, like the kids today, they often just go out and pound drivers.
Yeah.
And if there's one club in that bag that you really need to work on, if you carry a 60-degree, you know, headed iron, you better practice the hell out of that damn club.
Well, and George,
there's a lot you can do with it.
You're right. You're right. But and
you
I
just
agree.
can't buy it, put it in the bag, and expect it to pull off all those shots.
But here's the thing. You just hit the nail on the head from 2 different aspects and something totally different than where you're going. The driver, you watch them, they hit drivers.
Mm-hmm.
Constantly. How far is it going?
Yeah.
Right? And then you watch them when they go around a chipping green. They've got nothing but a 60 in their hands.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It's about being versatile, learning how to do different things in shots. And you watch them, and that's the one thing these kids around here, we go back and forth like you can't believe, all the kids I teach. Quit grabbing the 60.
Yep.
Well, it's a little pitch out. Yeah, but you got 20 foot of green. Take your pitching wedge or your 48 and hit me a little bump and run with it.
Yeah.
Well, why would I do that? I said, well, if you can get it over this fringe and roll in on that green sooner, you got a better chance to get it close, or even make it.
I've heard you. You know, you want to get it on the green as quick as you can.
Get it on the ground, roll it.
I got a question for you. All right, it's for the guy that doesn't have the 60, that has one fewer wedge. What club? You got room for an extra club. What normally is it, or what would you recommend?
A 58.
Yeah, 58.
But I mean, we're taking out a wedge. Okay, so so now we're down to 12 clubs and a putter. Which other club you can carry 13?
I would say some other kind of hybrid, whether it's a 3 or a
That's
4
what I was going
hybrid.
at. Yeah,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
No doubt about it.
A longer club that, you know, is hard for them to get in the air or get comfortable with. Get a hybrid version of it.
Yeah. You see so many people that pull out a 5 wood or pull out a 3 wood or 4 wood or whatever they think, and I can hit this 200 yards, and they've never hit it 200. They'll never hit it 200, but yet if they, I had a gentleman the other day. He had the perfect iron swing, absolutely perfect. But the problem is when he put a wood in his hand, he totally changed swings.
Haywire, yeah.
And all of a sudden, I said, dude, you really need to look at some hybrids. And he goes, oh, I can't hit hybrids. I said, just take your iron swing and hit that hybrid. And it was amazing, some of the shots. He goes, oh, I got to go test this on grass. So he goes out with a bucket. He comes back in. He goes, I'll take this one, and this one. He goes, I never thought about putting the iron swing on a hybrid. He goes, I considered it a wood.
Well, dude, seriously, and this might sound, look, I give you guys flack about being from Tennessee, and we go back and forth, and I'm from Georgia. I ain't the smartest cookie or sharpest tack in the box, but I'm going to tell you this. Why do you want 13 different swings for 13 different clubs?
Right.
It's the same swing for every flipping golf club in your bag.
You're right.
People say, oh, you got to hit up on a driver. They're full of crap. You're hitting down on every shot you hit in golf. I don't care who you are.
That's right.
because the ball's got to spin to get in the air. If it doesn't spin, it doesn't launch.
That's right.
It's proven. It's basic flipping physics.
Yeah.
Yes.
So people learn. You just because you got a wood doesn't mean okay. I got to swing up to help it. And make the
Right.
same swing and go up. And if it doesn't work, guess what? You got the wrong club.
Right.
That's right.
Find the right loft and the right club to make it work with your golf swing.
Yeah. Agreed.
Don't adapt because I've got this, so I've got to adapt. Well, good luck.
Yeah.
Go to Vegas and roll the dice and see how that works out for you.
Exactly.
Exactly.
They're in business for a reason.
That's
All right. Good stuff, Alcloyd. Anything
sir.
else?
That's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Okay.
Right there. So just to kind of give people, just a general idea. There are exceptions, to the rules. Like if you have excessively high ball hitters, or somebody that's a excessively low ball hitter, you may take from one area to another, and move around to get them, the optimal launch and the optimal. But this is just kind of a basic guideline, to give us a good idea of what's going on.
And no doubt about it, as your game improves, then of course you want to improve in your quote-unquote equipment.
Yes.
So that's always transitioning, that's changing, that's keeping up with your skills and your capabilities.
And that's what I tell people all the time. And as far as equipment goes, invest in your equipment is how often you're actually playing. If you've got somebody that's going out and they're only playing like once or twice a month, they don't have to have the newest, hottest, bestest, because
Right.
they're not practicing.
Right.
It's just a recreational thing with their friends. That's a different kettle of fish. Now, if you take somebody that's hitting balls every single day, and they're making their livelihood from
They
swinging
have
that golf
goals and
club.
objectives.
They have goals and objectives. That's a completely different person.
That's
And
right.
then that's the person that needs to have all their ducks in a row, so they're not beating a dead dog.
Right, right. Because like Hugh says, it doesn't matter what you have. If you're not swinging it right, it's not going to do the right thing. Nor if you don't have the right arrow, you're not going to be able to shoot it straight.
That's
So,
correct. 100%
get
correct.
your ducks in a row.
Get your ducks in a row. Yes,
Like you
sir.
say. All right, good stuff. Tech Talk with Al Cloyd. Okay, you ready? We get to go to the read-in.
You're doing it. I ain't touching it. Nope.
Here.
Nope.
Read. Put your glasses on and read.
I don't get paid enough.
All right, TGD Radio and TGD TV are produced and broadcast by the Zeus Radio Network for thegolfdirector.com. Of course, when you're visiting the Golf Director site, navigate over to our featured golf course pages, where you'll find up-to-date information about course conditions, specials, and much, much more. Need help with your next golf vacation? You can always just call Dave. That is, give us a call at 844-GO-GOLF-1. That's 844-464-6531. All of our TGD programming is archived for listening and viewing on demand. To catch up on any show you may have missed, click on the TGD Radio or TGD TV tabs in the menu at thegolfdirector.com. This is George Honeycutt, and of course, on behalf of Al Cloyd, Dr. Grind, and HR3. We want to thank you for tuning in. There's more TGD golf news and information coming up next. I got nothing in my ears. Thank you.
Got it now?
Got it.
Broadcasting from North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, this is TGD Today. And now please welcome Hero III,
HR3,
Al Cloyd,
Dr. Grind,
George Honeycutt,
The Godfather.
That's it, right? All right, guys, stand by for live in 5, 4. Hold on a second. Stand by for live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to TGD Today. Of course, George Honeycutt with you, Roy III, and Al Cloyd. Welcome to Pro Golf Talk Live. This segment being brought to you by, of course, thegolfdirector.com. And we're so excited to be with you today talking about the pros and what they've got going on this weekend. Of course, our PGA Tour is across the big Pacific pond, and they are over at Kuala Lumpur Golf and Country Club in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. It is the CIMB Classic, and interestingly, we got a Swede leading the doggone thing. How about that?
Yeah, I tell you what, though, a lot of good scores, though. I mean, the weather, obviously the golf course conditions are a little soft, but they're shooting some good numbers around this place.
Well, Rickard Karlberg is at 7 under par 65. He is leading this event, and Billy Hurley is 2 shots behind him, shooting 67 at 5 under par. Brian Stewart's at 5 under. And Quello Q, is that how you say it? K. Is that how you say it? I apologize for messing that up. 5 under par. Tim Wickelson's at 4 under. Ryan Moore playing good this year and also into the new year at 4 under. Kevin Streelman, 4 under. Davis Love the third. Good to see Davis out shooting a good number. 4 under par. C. Young No is at 4 under. Jeff Overton at 4 under. And we go on down the list. Again, you look at some of the other players that are in the field. Sergio Garcia at 3 under par.
Yeah, shot 69.
Yep. So, man crush. I love the way you refer to that. Roy Sabatini, the cowboy hat, is out there. He's at 2 under par. Patrick Reed, 5th best player in the world, is at 2 under par. Chris Stroud at 2 under. Cameron Smith at 2 under. Hideki Matsuyama is at 2 under. Jonathan Bird, Bryce Garnett, Brendan DeYoung, who coming off of a good tournament last week, he's at 2 under par. Heather's favorite, KJ Choi's at 1 under, shooting 71 for the day. He's tied for 31st. Sangmu Bay is also at 1 under, so Sangmu continuing his good play. He Slocum's in the running at even par, along with Lee Westwood. I thought Lee would play better today, with ball in hand especially. You know, I thought he would play better.
I'm going to be honest with you, George. I'm going to give you something I've been watching. He and I have been friends for a long time, and, yeah, he's younger than I am. But Pat Perez, and watching, following him on Facebook with everything he's done in his workout regimen and, practice schedules, I expect to see some pretty good things out of Pat here soon.
Well, good. I know he's got the drive and the motivation.
Yeah.
He definitely enjoys the PGA Tour life, and he wants to keep that. So, a couple of people that it's good to see back on the tour. And again, I'm talking about one, Jason Duffner. He is back. He is participating. He finishes today with a 74. He's at 2 over par. Carl Schwartzel is at 2 over. Trevor Immelman, good friend of yours, is at 2 over par. J.B. Holmes at 3. Chesson Hadley at 3. We're going down the list. Boo Weekley's at 3 over, shooting 75 today. Will Wilcox at 3 over, shooting 75. Carlos Ortiz is at 4 over. He shoots a 76 today. Matt Jones had a rough day. He shoots 9 over par, 81. And Graham Dillette withdraws from the event. So, interesting day starting off in Malaysia, and there, some good scores out there considering some of the course conditions. Like you said, a little wet, a little sticky, a little hot. Mm-hmm. So some good shooting over there. Now, also the European Tour is again across the pond, as they always are, but they are over in the Pacific realm this week, starting their 4 tournament playoff series. They are at Lake Maryland. My goodness, I got to.
Are we going to have to listen to that too?
No, we sure don't. They are at the BMW Masters Golf Club, and again, this event is always fun to watch, folks. In the fact that you're going to get really probably 50 to 60 of the top tour players from around the world that participates in this.
Yeah. Right.
I was really looking forward to seeing Rory this week, but he pulls out because he wants to spend more time focused on his lawsuit that he has going on with his past management company. So he has pulled out of the field. A little disappointed in that. But Alexander Levy is continuing his stellar play. He shoots 7 under 65 to start this thing off. Roman Wattel is at 6 under. Nicholas Kozarts. Here's Nicholas coming back with a surge. So it's a shame it's not a Ryder Cup year.
Yeah, no kidding.
But Nicholas is back in the fold at 6 under, shooting 66. Grillo is at 6 under, and Graham McDowell is continuing his stellar play from the Ryder Cup, and he's at 5 under par, 67 for the day. So congratulations to Graham. Good to see him back into the fold and, of course, partaking in this event. Interestingly, there are, I believe, 7 or 8 of the European Ryder Cuppers that are playing in this thing. Of course, Sergio is in the event with the PGA Tour, but Jamie Donaldson is likewise playing over at the BMW Masters, and Jamie shoots 4 under, and really that number could have been easily 6. He has a 115-yard approach shot, wedge in hand. He gets over the ball, backs off, gets back over it, takes no time at all, and blows it 15 yards right of the green, and it goes into the pond from 115 yards.
That's not good.
So, no, it's not, you know. I love it when the pros hit the shots like us amateurs see every time we play.
Yeah.
But the disgust and the unbelief, the bewilderment that was in his face. I mean, just the look, you know, you saw it.
Yeah.
And he just stood there, and he's leaning on his club, and he's like looking off onto the yonder distance going, I can't believe I just freaking did that, you know?
It's just like,
Where'd that come from?
How does that happen?
Yeah.
Exactly. From 115 yards.
Could be one of them semi-Chinese pitch outs now.
No. I thought it was, but then I'm watching the replay and they actually put it in slow motion.
Yeah.
No, he just when he backed off, and then when he stepped back over it, he just didn't come through the shot. The club face was open at impact, and because what he was doing is hitting that little knockdown wedge in there for that little check and hop and stop, and it just didn't turn over for him. And it started on his line. It just didn't turn over. It stayed out, ballooned right, and went in the water. So it did hit land. It hit the bank and then went into the water. So it's just, it's good to see the pros, especially Jamie Donaldson, who wins the Ryder Cup. It was his shot that won the final of the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
And so it's good as an amateur to kind of see that. These guys are human too.
Oh, yeah. The wheels fall off, and it's just, there's,
They have these things that happen to them just like it happens to us.
And you never know. There may have been mud on the ball, too. I mean, it's just things we don't see. But, it's
they're lift, clean, and place likewise.
Oh, they're playing lift, clean, and cheat.
Oh, yeah, they're lift, clean, and cheat. So they've got a ton of rain this morning. They had a ton of rain yesterday, and it was actually raining on them today during the first round. So, again, the women dealt with this last week. And now at Blue Bay or Blue Sky or whatever that course was they were playing last week, and now the men are seeing it both in Malaysia and also here at the BMW Masters. So
obviously it's affecting Poulter from everything that went on last week because, he didn't play very well at all either.
Yeah, he actually had a decent number as he was posting it, but the wheels came off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, but Robert Carlson's playing well. He's at 3 under par. You look on down the list, the Molinari brothers, both of them are in this tournament, Francesco and Eduardo. They're both, Francesco's at 3 under. I don't see Eduardo. I'm trying to look for.
Dubuisson at 2 under.
Okay, so he's continuing his stellar play. Zaniotti is at 2 under. Ramsey's at 2 under. Kim's at 2 under. There's Eduardo at 2 under. So brother Francisco is at 3 and Eduardo is at 2.
You got Oliver Fisher. You got McGinley. Jose Maria Lost My Balls at 1 under.
Tung Jai Jai D.
Tung Jai Jai D. I mean, there's some good players in this field.
I think Tung Jai brought in like 60-something family members for this tournament. So it looks like a Tung Jai Jai D family reunion.
Yeah.
So he's got his own crowd following him.
Good for him.
I mean, they were like oohing and ahhing every shot he made, and there was nobody else out there.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, this is being played in Shanghai, China, so we have the benefit of being able to see it many, many hours before the rest of the world is catching up on Thursday, which is normally day one. Of course, this is being broadcast literally on Wednesday night, so you're able to catch up, early or late last evening to what's happening in today's news. So we're trying to just bring you up to date and keep you informed. Justin Rose shoots even par, and folks, this is a gentleman who literally was at 3 under par at one point in time, and then comes back and finishes at even. So not normal to see the wheels fall off for one Justin, for Mr. Rose.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's just such a steady ball striker. You just don't expect that to happen. It looked like he had a couple of mid-irons and a couple of actually fairway medals that got away from him. So he ends up shooting even par.
A little break might have got to him.
Could have. Kevin Stadler, David Howe, all of them are at +1 and +2 respectively. So we go on down the list and we see Alejandro Canizares is at +6. He carded 78 today. Tommy Fleetwood had 78. So there are some big numbers there too. Miguel Angel Jimenez is at +577. He's still trying to get over the hangover, dude, from the Ryder Cup.
Mm-hmm.
That dude is just a walking hangover. So, but it's good to see him playing again. Again, Ian Poulter finishes at +274. And, of course, Ian is always in the news, but he's even more in the news over the last couple of weeks, as you know why, and we won't go back over that.
Yeah, thank you.
So, moving on, let's catch you up on what's happening with the ladies. And the ladies, again, they're continuing their quote-unquote Pacific swing. And in the Taiwan Championship, presented by Taiwan Mobile First. And let's go through some first-round scores for you. Shen Shan Fang is at 8 under par. NB Parks, likewise, at 8 under par. And Haru Nomura is at 6 under par. So that kind of brings you up to speed there. Let's give you a full leaderboard of what's happening at the Taiwan. Excuse me.
You're blessed. Excuse.
Thank you. Thank you. Again, this is, you look at this leaderboard, Hugh, and it's becoming, almost week to week to week to week. Shan Shan Fang's going to be there, as always. MB Park, again, she comes, she takes over number 1 in the world, then she backs off, then she falls away to like number 10, and now she's on her way back.
She got married. She got her priorities. She wanted something she wanted. She got married. Obviously, she's had her honeymoon. She's got herself kind of refocused, and off she goes. And to walk out a few weeks after you get married and shoot 8 under par, I'd say that's pretty focused.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yes.
One of your old students, IK Kim, has a very good day. Shoots 5 under 67. Stacy Lewis is at 5 under 67, and Stacy could have went a couple lower. There was no doubt about it. I was watching her game. She missed a couple of relatively simple 6-foot birdie putts.
Yeah, I mean, we were watching, we're doing the show that Jeff and them have the TV on here to watch some of the golf and stuff, and she's swinging at it very, very good.
Yeah.
I mean, tempo, pace, everything looks good, and she's hitting it where she's looking, and that's kind of a nice problem to have.
Yeah, I would love to have that
Yeah,
problem.
exactly.
Yeah. Laura Diaz finished at 4 under par, and we have an Azera Munoz sighting. Okay. I wanted to give everybody a report. She looked pretty good, but she was wearing some cover-ups today because of the rain, so I was a little disappointed in that. I wanted to really give you a good fashion report, but wasn't able to.
Right.
Sorry. I know you're disappointed, Hugh. So, but she finishes at 4 under. Michelle Wee finishes at 4 under 68. Again, Michelle starting another event, guys.
Yep.
With a good round.
Right.
Yes. Last week she started with 5 under, and.
So let me ask you a question. So that being the case, another good first round, 68, 67. Why you sound so surprised still?
I am.
It's obvious the girl is playing solid golf. I mean, I know she's supposed to be the next Tiger Woods coming out and whatever, but the girl's playing some good golf.
Well, she has been. Of course, she wins the Open, and so she is playing good golf. She's got all this talent and all. I'm not seeing her finish, Hugh. I got to see her finish. She could be running like Shin Shan Fang in NB Park, and she needs to be rattling off 5, 6, 7 wins in a year. And you see it. You see it in the first rounds. And then something seems to happen in round 2 or round 3, and all of a sudden she'll post a double or a triple, or you see her just lose it. Mm-hmm. And that's where I think the missing, what my skepticism is of her.
Well, and my skepticism of the whole situation is the fact that from her parents, through her original coach, through her time in the media, coming out as young as she did at 15, 16 years old, mm-hmm. The way she was built up. I mean, she's a normal person with a lot of talent.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That doesn't necessarily coming out with a lot of talent, have people promoting you and pushing you like that, means you're going to be a great superstar. This girl's going to make a nice living playing golf, but she may not be Tiger Woods. She may not be the one that wins 4 or 5 times a year. Mm-hmm. She may win a major here and a major there. Well, Mark O'Meara did that, and the guy's filthy rich.
In a Hall of Famer.
And nobody bashes him.
In a Hall of Famer.
You see where I'm coming from?
I do.
It gets a little, the girl has
So I'm riding
the
expectation train, and I need to get off of it.
You need to get off.
Okay.
And then you know what? If she comes in and gives you the 4 or 5 wins, then get back on there with the conductor and then start beating the drum.
And I can surprise,
and
act surprised.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll take that approach.
Because obviously over the past 10 years, George, it hadn't happened.
But we've seen the same thing coming from Lydia Ko. And again, but it wasn't her parents. It wasn't her media machine. This was the media pushing Lydia Ko to say, oh, here's the next. She's only 17 years old. Again, she shoots 3 under, so she's right up there within the top 15 of the league.
Why isn't she leading then? Why did she shoot 8?
Because she will. She will. She's only 17.
But nobody's bashing her because nobody's, it's just the media.
She's
put
letting
the
her golf do that.
there.
I agree.
I'm just saying. Michelle Wee's a hell of a talent.
I'm the first one to. I agree. The girl
I
can
ain't
play
sure
golf.
She's got the brains to go 4 days.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying. So why does everybody keep jumping on this bandwagon and bashing her, and the girl's going out and making millions of dollars a year?
Because that's what I do, dude. I'm a professional. That's what I do.
Would you do me a favor and call that tabloid and tell him, he's ready for the job?
Oh gosh.
National Enquirer.
I tell you what, I'll give you my word that I'll jump off that train. I'll quit bashing her. I'll quit questioning her, and just let her play golf. Okay.
Yeah,
that's cool.
We can get, and I say we tout her when she plays well, and if she plays bad, Michelle.
Well, I was the first one to eat crow when she won the Open.
We all were.
So I was the first one, no doubt about it.
I'm just saying, I just think the girl's she's gonna have a great career playing golf. She's gonna probably win 1 or 2 more majors. She may win more tournaments.
I hope she does.
As she matures and gets older. How old is the girl now? 23?
25.
All right, yeah. Come on. I didn't get on tour till I was 30. This girl's got a lot of maturing, growing up, and learning life and whatever, and let her run with it.
I agree. I agree. So I apologize. I'll get off.
I am the sane one.
Yeah. Okay, whatever. Again, they are starting their final events. They are coming down to their championship for the year. Shin Shan seems like that she's on a mission that I've kind of been back here. I haven't been able to do this, or I wasn't able to do this, but yet, she's got the real opportunity here to jumping up at the lead in the Rolex. Mm-hmm. And again, it's not a done deal like the Champions Tour. Mm-hmm. Everybody's already crowned Bernhard Langer, and of course the interviews this week. Congratulations for winning the Charles Schwab Cup and this, that, and the other. The European Tour likewise has just today has started their final 4 rounds or 4 events in the race for Dubai. So now we're coming down the stretch at the end of the year, although the PGA Tour is just starting their year. But now the European Tour and the LPGA is finishing theirs. And it's hard to believe. Dude, we're already into November. I know. Literally November is a couple days away.
This year's flew by.
It's flown by.
It's flown by.
And as far as for us here at the Golf Director and being able to talk golf, it's been a fantastic year of
Thank
coverage.
you guys so much. I've enjoyed every minute of it.
I ain't enjoyed a bit of it, but that's just the way it goes.
Well, dude, you know what? The door is about 15 feet that way.
I understand.
So, okay, man. My point is I think this new wraparound season, the PGA Tour gives us something to talk about during the holidays, during what we considered 2 years ago, it was hard pressed to find something to talk about.
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
And so what this has done is allowed the PGA Tour to be a 12-month out of the year marketing media machine. And I think we're seeing that.
Well, I think another thing that you're going to see there, guys, that I like about it is it gives you an opportunity for some of these guys that, a lot of the top guys aren't playing. They'll come out after the first of the year, and it gives other people an opportunity to shine.
Well, it's actually taken the fall season that used to be leading into tour school. Everybody was panicking.
Yeah.
If you're in this, you don't have to panic now because you've got the year to play and get yourself set up. And if you don't perform, then you can start panicking about middle of the year next year. But the fall deal used to be where I got about 3 or 4 tournaments here. I got to play good, or I'm gonna lose my card. I'm going back to
or
school.
you have the marquee names that are everything is so crunched, especially the PGA Tour. You got all the 4 major championships over a 4-month period. Then you either have the President's Cup or the Ryder Cup. That's crunched right into there. And we see everybody's playing schedule has been narrowed, whether because of age, like Tiger, or just simply because they want to focus their attentions, like a Justin Rose or even a Rory McIlroy now. And again, with Rose and McIlroy, especially McIlroy and Garcia, they have to consider their European Tour affiliation, and also too their PGA Tour affiliation.
Yeah, so you got minimum events you have to play on each one.
Where the Mickelsons of the world and the Woods of the world, if you sit and notice, the Patrick Reed has been spending his time with the European Tour. Interestingly, I venture to say in 2015. You'll see even more of Patrick Reed, and I see him coming at both sides of the fence, going for the race for Dubai next year, and then also, too, making his for the FedEx Cup. So good for Patrick. I mean, he's getting out there. He's playing golf. He loves the profession. He loves to go week to week to week to week, and he knows that's his job. He's taking a very blue-collar approach at it.
And, George, you're right. And what you're saying is I agree. You're 100% correct. But, it's like when I used to go and play in South Africa, you hang around all the Europeans. We had Faraday and myself and Jay Townsend, who's now an announcer, in Europe. He played at the University of Florida. Bunch of, we'd all hang out, John Bland, Elves, and they have cookouts and brides and drink beer and, and you get to know these people. And they were, even back then, you're talking in the 90s, it was about, this is going to become a world conglomerate tour issue, because we want to play in the United States because at the time there was more money there over here, but we want to play in Europe as well because that's who gave us our chance.
And we want to make this grow.
Well, now look how it's going. This is turning into what Norman talked about a long time ago. This is turning into a world tour.
Yeah.
It's eventually going to be there. As much as they want to fight it, it is going to come to that point. It has to.
Well, the European Tour kind of laid back on its haunches, and the PGA Tour jumped out there and go PGA Tour China, PGA Tour Latin America, PGA Tour this, PGA Tour that. And European Tour goes, oh, crap. So now we need to get more into the Asia market. We need to get more into the South Africa market. We need to get more into the broader European spectrum market.
Now, George, they were doing that a lot long before the United States did the South American thing. I know, Bubba.
That's what I'm saying. Fincham, in their broadening aspect, they kind of jumped on that growth stage.
But because Europe was taking their tour to
they were trying to beat them to the punch.
South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
He did the South American thing and the Canada deal just to try to get in there to not lose it.
To block them.
Exactly. Because Europe was going that way.
Yeah.
Europe wasn't scared to do it. Fincham thought, oh, we're the PGA Tour. We can do what we want. And everybody, And it wasn't going that way. A lot of Americans were going the other route.
And Angel Cabrera, was kept trying to push the Argentina aspect and the Colombia aspect. Come down here. Let's do this. Let's do that. And, of course, the U.S. government was, of course, saying, oh, you need to guard yourself against this, and we need to worry about kidnappings and this, that, and the other, and where the European Tour says, okay, let's give it a shot. Well, the PGA Tour said, well, if they're going to make a move, we've got to jump on it
Exactly.
So,
and that's what I'm saying. They try to block.
It's a business, folks.
Yeah, it's a business, but they try. Their egos get in the way because one tries to do something, the other one says, oh, good luck with that one. All of a sudden, it kind of takes off. Well, then they jump in.
Right.
Well, why are they following in these same kind of footsteps all the time? You know what I mean? One's following the other one. Sooner or later, they're going to cross roads.
Well, look at the LPGA. They made the Asian push early, and we're going to speed it up here. And now you see the PGA Tour in Malaysia, you see the European Tour in China, and that is the emerging market. That's where it's going. And, folks, we might as well expect it because it's coming more and more and
that's
more.
where the money's at.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us on Pro Golf Talk here on TGD Today. TGD Radio and TV are produced and broadcast by the Zeus Radio Network for thegolfdirector.com. Of course, when you're visiting the Golf Director, be sure to navigate over to our featured course pages where you'll find up-to-date information about course conditions, specials, and much, much more. Need help with your next golf vacation? Don't forget thegolfdirector.com. Just give us a call at 844-GO-GOLF-1. That's 844-464-6531. Just ask for Dave. All of our TGD programming is archived for listening and viewing on demand. To catch up on any show you may have missed, be sure to click on the TGD Radio or the TGD TV tab on the menu screen at thegolfdirector.com. This is George Honeycutt, and on behalf of Al Cloyd and Hugh Roy III, we thank you so much for joining us. There's more and more TGD golf news and information coming up next.